Hey, how's it going? Up near Shasta in the Redding area in Northern California, there's an old majestic bridge just kind of hanging out. You can see it when you're driving down the current I-5, and there's a bridge just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And this thing is massive and is old. It's probably 1920s or something. I couldn't get to the bridge to actually see what date was on it. That was the idea, but I ended up driving down residential areas and streets to try to figure out how to get to this bridge. And out of respect for the people that actually live there, I was like, you know what, I'll give up for now, and maybe I'll get to the bridge another time from the creek down below or something. Maybe plan it next time and figure out how to get to it. So I gave up on that, but Miss Angel, she got to play in the creek already today, and she got to pull her rocks out. That's her thing, to pull rocks out of creeks and stack them. So she already got to have a little bit of fun, and we're gonna try to, see if we can see some other stuff, some stuff I've seen before. I'm in Redding right now, getting ready to turn on 299 West. That's a California route, east to west route, and there's some pretty cool stuff on it. Now, we're not going to go the entire way, of course, because it is pretty long, and it goes all the way to the coast. Unfortunately, I would love to do that, but I just don't have the time. I have to drop off little nutbag tomorrow and see if I can make it back to where I live. They already closed the interstate, and making it over here yesterday was quite a chore, actually. Turned out, even with a full drive pickup with decent tires. What I mean by decent, they're not street tires, but are made for snowy, icy, muddy, terrain. Even with that, it still was quite a chore. Anyway, if you want to come with us, check out some pretty cool stuff off of California 299. You're welcome to come along. Largest grinding wheel in the world. Yeah, that's pretty big. Now what I'm coming up on is the town of Shasta. There's a little, what looks like bakery there right next to a active blacksmith shop. It's something to check out. I didn't record over there because I don't record people without their consent. Most of the time I'm pretty considerate with the concept that people generally don't want to be recorded. That's a cold storage, and here's the old brick ruins that still remain in the town. Now, this town is a state park, but it's a unique one because most of it's right off the road. The road is still just going right through there. That's California 299. And I tried to get some images of the signs if you want to just pause it and read it. I'm not going to read them. But I do have Shasta, California. This is usually referred to as Old Shasta. Pulled up on Wikipedia. The railroad actually bypassed Shasta to go through Redding, and so the neighboring town of Redding seems to have been the town that led to its demise in the railroad. Uh, but it didn't end up too bad. The building survived, and there's a really cool museum there that I did go into, but of course I didn't record in there, without their permission. So I just kind of browsed through it myself, and I was in and out because little nutbag there, she had to kind of sit by herself for maybe 5-10 minutes, and I normally don't like doing that, but I figured they wouldn't allow her in there. And so the boardwalk, I'm assuming, has been rebuilt. I highly doubt we're walking on the original boardwalk, and most of these ruins are missing, very large portions of it. I don't know if a disaster caused this to happen, or it just decayed over time and broke. I'm not quite sure. I didn't get that far into it. But it was a nice rainy day. This is low elevation. It doesn't generally get snow. This day in particular, Interstate 80, which is in the Sierras, is to the southeast of where we are right now, is shut down. And so there's getting a lot of rain there. It's low elevation, but if we were to get on the road and start heading towards the coast, we would probably run into some snow. And if we tried to go to Nevada, then definitely run into some snow, or other towns in Northern California. But this is pretty low elevation. And there's a road that actually goes up behind this. There's not a whole lot up there, but there's still some. And across the street here is this little park where it has a steam engine. It's like a little cart of some kind that has a steam engine on the back. It has the boiler. I did not look at it in detail. I'm assuming the cart actually runs the engine runs the cart. But again, I didn't actually look at it in detail. But it does look like it's, a driving machine of some kind. And there's a barn over here. They have what looks like a stagecoach and a few other buggies of the time. Some have steel wheels and leaf springs, but the cart right here is mostly wood. So there was once upon a time when these carts most of them were actually made with wood. They would use leaf springs. See how massive these wheels are. They could, pulled by animals, they could make it through some pretty rough terrain. At the time that this was an active town in its heyday, there wasn't an interstate system. There wasn't U.S. highways. There were roads or trails to get out to where you wanted to go. And I was actually checking out the wheel hub on this, trying to decide, figure out how they actually made them. Wood that went all the way in there and they just greased it up, or whatever the case may be. But we're coming over here. The museum's off in the distance there, and this is the barn. And I think inside it is where they actually have a stagecoach. Wanted to protect it a little bit more than the other ones. There it is. Whiskey Town Lake. Fun fact about Whiskey Town is you can't visit Whiskey Town anymore because it's underneath the lake. So they dammed the valley to create Whiskey Town Lake, excuse me. And we're walking on an old road. Some of it is up there underneath the dirt, but some of it still is surviving. So apparently this road predated the dam, because I don't see any remnants of it's never too cold for swimming, huh? Bridge. We're not gonna be out here very long. It's gonna be too cold for you. My God. You're a crazy dog, you know that? You better get some running in so you don't get cold. You're a crazy dog. Hey, look, there's another one. Yeah, asphalt runs right into the lake. Unless this was a boat ramp. I don't know. Let's look that up. What? What are you doing in the water, you nutbag? Go get it. So Northern California is full of these abandoned, really cool bridges. This one, of course, has seen better days. I don't see a date on it. Looks like there may have been a plaque right there. You can see the indentation. And this is obviously part of a lot of it. Now, best to my knowledge, leaf springs are traditionally not part of the building structure, the building process of building a bridge, but when you want to use what you got, I guess that's a good way to do it. That's actually, we could learn something from the builders of, 100 years ago, probably. I would have guessed it was like around 1920 or so. That's when most of these bridges were built. And so the road would go off that way. Let's see, there's some metal exposed here. Let's see what this is. This actually looks like rebar. So they did purchase some stuff, not just raid the junkyard. Trash, didn't do it. I didn't bring any food containers. Yeah, here we go. Some rebar. This is of this square variety. That is kind of strange. It's a lot more square than you would traditionally see in whatever this stuff is. No idea why someone would do that. But yeah, they did it. No one's collecting it. Doesn't look like it. Or they'd be like, hey, put trash in it. Okay. Here we are. Down by the creek. Angel loves her water. Still no date. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Northern California, these are blackberry bushes. And that's a needle, apparently. Anyway, needle's not good. Blackberry bushes are good. Unless they prick you. But the berries are good. Just don't let them prick you. Angel. Now this elevation actually does, it gets a little bit, I mean we're pretty low in elevation. We're pretty close to Redding. But these, a lot of the old roads used to have, borders that were raised higher than the road surface. And they kind of stopped doing that, especially in higher elevations with snow. So then the snow would just get stuck and be harder to plow. It looks like they built this in with drainage though. Little drainage slots. And seeing the goodies in here. So we got leaf springs. We got a D-ring. Actually, not really a D-ring, but kind of an O-ring. Yeah, yes, those are automotive parts. The road has seen better days. I have no idea. They must have actually got in here and demolished this. Be tore up the way it is. Doesn't really make any sense for it to be done naturally. It must have been filled in as well. Angel thinks it smells good. She wants to roll in it too. It's just grass, Angel. So it's okay.